1-minute warning
to the goofball army out there. Hi at the families. Tell them to get to the next room. Tell them to go to your neighbors because we got goofball news to go over, and it might get crazy.
Typically does, guys. If it's your first episode ever, you got like 30 seconds before we start, so not enough time to go to the bathroom, but go get a drink because trust me, you're probably going to need it there. In the meantime, the rest, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. That way you know about future episodes as well, guys. Buckle your seatbelts if you haven't already. Make sure your tray is in the upright position here, guys, because we are just about ready to get going. And like, oof.
Guys, if you want a crazy ride going forward, a bunch of nonsense, but all nothing but the truth about the Giants, listen in, buckle in, tell a friend.
Let's go.
And now, here are your goofball hosts, Drew and Rob.
Welcome, fellow goofballs, to Two Giant Goofballs, New York Giants podcast. I am Drew, joined as always by
me, Rob. Let's get the Friday night show going.
Yeah, it's weird on a Friday of all things. It feels like Thursday, and we're just like off on days now. But yeah, it's our first Friday episode ever.
Is it ever? I think it's might be just.
I don't know. I really don't know off the top of my head, to be honest. I'm just throwing it out there. We're gonna call it our first Friday episode ever, so it's super special
of the season.
Yeah. So let's, guys, we got a lot to go over. We got injury news left and right. We got the rest of the picks here for this week, for week 17 to go over. So ahoy, let's get going, and let's get right into the news here. As Deb's already in the comments with, "Hey, Captain Drew." See, Jay kept telling me to get a new hat. I got a new hat. He's not even here. He's not even here. And after he said very nice things about us today, by the way, I don't know if you saw in the emails there, but Jay went on to buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs today and bought us 10 beers. So
my man,
yeah.
Hey, listen. You must be reading up on Jersey weather because we're about to get snow again, apparently.
Are you?
And yep, it's snow tonight.
Salt of the road start at 5 for today, whatever.
Tonight.
Okay, I thought it was supposed to snow today. I don't know.
There was talks about it this morning, but everything got pushed back. It was weird. Where I live, it's like, oh, you're gonna get snow. It's up to 6 inches. Then it's like, oh, no snow. Oh, 4 to 6 inches. No snow. 8 inches. So this is all in a span of like 4 days. It's like, what?
Womp. All right.
That's over nice. It's a sleet outside. There's a dust and the ice.
Yeah, see? Deb says they're up to 8 inches here.
Connecticut.
Yeah, so Connecticut. Gonna get 10. It's like I said, if you guys are in snow areas, stay safe, stay warm. Do what I do, call out of work, and get the biggest bottle of wine you possibly can.
I was going to say, hopefully stocked up that fridge or your liquor cabinet, whatever your poison may be.
Now I do that in hurricanes instead.
Yeah. And it's swimmies, though.
Yeah, well, no, I don't wear swimmies. I can swim. It's okay.
Just in case you're
anyway. Yeah, I got this nautical hat if I can't swim. Anyway, let's get guys into the injury report here, because Giants fans, this is no longer just about an injury report anymore. This is starting to look like a message. In fact, it flat out is looking like a message.
Yeah.
And you're shutting down major impact players and putting more on the IR. It's changing the matchup, and it seems to change the motive as well. We need to talk about whether this is potentially tanking or a business decision, because it's definitely starting to look like it here. And not on our side, by the way, guys. We have issues as well on our side injury-wise, but it's legit injury issues. Let's get into that, and then we'll get to why we're a little ticked off here at the Las Vegas Raiders, who aren't going to be gambling with the number 1 overall pick, it looks like. So we got a few outs. Here. DJ Davidson's going to be out next / concussion, already listed as out. Evan Neal out. Huge loss, obviously. He's
big, man. I hear he's doing really great at McDonald's or in Secaucus.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, it is what it is there. Tyler Newman, neck injury, also out. John Michael Schmidt's finger issue, doubtful. So just consider him out, pretty much. Andrew Thomas with his hamstring issue last week, out. So to recap, left tackle, starting center, both out. One of the starting safeties out. That's just out. That's not even, there's more that's questionable and everything that ones that don't even have, different designations yet. So you got Deontay Banks' shoulder injury. He's been limited in practice all week. No designation whatsoever. Now, I think he's going to play because he's been able to practice all week. That being said, for once, I hope he does play because he helps the Raiders. Cordell Flott, knee injury. He is questionable. Now, he has been a limited participant all week as well, but they're saying questionable. So that's 50-50 there. Raheem Nunez-Roches, ankle/toe. Limited participant on Wednesday. Did not practice on Thursday. Limited participant on Friday. So that's literally as up in the air as it gets, guys. Joshua Zudu, you may have forgotten he plays for us. The calf injury, still trying to get back from the IR stint here. Full participant Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, yet they still list him as questionable, which definitely does seem a little odd. If it wasn't for the fact that he's not that good, that would make you go question as far as tanking this game. Let's be honest, Josh Azudu is not going to be the reason we win this game. Theo Johnson was no designation at all until today, Friday, with an illness and did not practice. So we'll have to see what happens there. And then Bo Collins, people keep forgetting we have because he just doesn't do anything. Neck/concussion, did not practice Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, officially out for the game. So look, we got some outs. We definitely got some outs, that's for sure. Now, 2 days ago, Wednesday, the Raiders, right after we did our preview episode, decided to go ahead and put a couple guys on IR. Two of their best players they have. Tight end Brock Bowers, safety Jeremy Chinn. You take Brock Bowers out of that offense, you have completely changed that offense.
Yeah.
Completely. So, yeah, not good for the Giants. And Jeremy Chinn, listen, I know he's not as big a name as Brock Bowers is, but he's a good safety. And he's one of their top tacklers on the season. So they just lost a big piece on offense and lost a big piece on defense as well. So their regular injury report here. Maxx Crosby did not practice Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. He is officially listed as being out. And as Deb mentioned there, left the facility, was told he would not be playing the last two games. Is what we're hearing as well. So yeah, they're not tanking. Brock Bowers, go to the IR. Jeremy Chinn, go to the IR. Maxx Crosby, we're just not going to play you at all. Like it's
pretty serious case there.
All your talented players, and they don't have many.
Yeah, so I say a lot.
Tyler Lockett, he's got a wrist injury. He's been a full participant all 3 days. He does not have a injury designation. Again, he's one of their top receivers, not nearly what he used to be back in the Seattle days, but their receiving core is kind of poop on a stick, basically. So
he's missing Geno Smith.
Yeah. Kolton Miller, the starting tackle, ankle injury, limited participant Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. They've already designated him out. Think about that. How often do you see a guy practice all 3 days and be listed as out on Friday?
Questionable.
Yeah. Questionable, I understand. When you're saying out and he's practiced every single game and he's your best offensive lineman, don't tell me you're not tanking.
I smell a tank.
Yeah. Raheem Mostert, their primary backup running back, ankle and knee, did not participate, practice Wednesday or Thursday, limited participant on Friday, yet he's questionable.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Amazing. He couldn't practice but 1 day, but he's questionable. But the guy who practiced all 3 days, out.
Make it make sense.
Yeah. Caleb Rogers, who's our starting right guard, quad injury, limited participant on Wednesday, full participant Thursday or Friday. So they're not giving him an injury designation yet. Jack Bech, the wide receiver, back injury, just a limited participant today on Friday. Wednesday, Thursday, there was no designation for him or anything at all. So he's listed as questionable for the game. Again, you notice how he's not out.
Yeah, questionable.
This is so obvious. It's not even funny. And listen, I hope that there is a massive look at this, especially if they win, because that's not right. That's not right to the players whatsoever. Because
you ruin their stats, and careers, and their money down the road. Because now there's stats online that are not there.
Yeah. Now, Pete Carroll talked about Maxx Crosby leaving, and he said that he was told he would not be playing the final 2 games. So that, again, that is confirmed. And he said, I'd like to get out of here. So I said, get out of here. And he took off. That's what he said point blank to the press. He says, it was exactly like you would think he would do, and he should do. And I agree with him 1,000% on how he responded.
Nice.
That doesn't make any sense. He's played every single game. Every single game. He's missed practice every single week since week 12 and hasn't missed a goddamn game. And all of a sudden, the tank bowl happens, and you're gonna call him out. Just, yeah, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. The NFL flat out should look at this. That it's sickening. The Giants need this pick, and there's not a single player I can look at ours. And look, granted, I'm biased as hell. I'll admit that freely. There's not a single player I can look at though and go, okay, this doesn't make sense. Andrew Thomas is the only big one we've lost recently in this ordeal. Let's be honest. DJ Davidson, not a big miss. Evan Neal, not a big miss. Yeah, Tyler Newman, he's a miss, but Dane Belton is actually not at that massive of a drop off necessarily because Newman's been a disappointment as a player so far. Bo Collins, I think we'll be fine.
Missy Bo.
Andrew Thomas is the only one. He didn't practice at all, and it's a hamstring issue. You usually miss a couple weeks after a hamstring, and they didn't put him on the IR. They just told him he's not going to play this week, and hopefully he plays next week. Meanwhile, you got a player who's limited in practice all week. Just call him out. You got another player who's played since week 12 injured, not going to play this week. You put your top offensive weapon on the IR this week. You put probably your second, third best defensive player, put him on the IR this week. Don't tell me you're not tanking. I got to say,
take.
Even if I didn't want the Giants to lose this game, which again, clearly I want the Giants to lose. I've made that no qualms about that. We gain nothing by winning. I got to root even more for the Raiders to win this game because you tanked. You did it disingenuously. And honestly, I hope the Giants treat this like a preseason game now and start just putting all backups in. Then screw you. You want to play this game? We'll play it right back. Put third stringer. We're going to put Josh Azudu in there after all.
Russell Wilson, guess what? You're the next man up. Let's go.
Yeah, like it's made very obvious, and it's sad. And honestly, the NFL should look into this. And when these kind of situations happen, it makes you more and more want to see them do some kind of lottery system like the NBA does. Which honestly, I think is a fair thing to look into if things like this are going on. Because it's so obvious, it's not even funny. There's no hiding it.
Yeah. I would say
they're going to bench Pete Carroll next.
Well, he's probably going to get fired next. That's all. That's real.
Yeah, we already benched Abel.
Yeah.
Oh my
No,
God.
I'm just saying, like I like the Lions system, and I don't, because you know what? Carson Warriors still might have a chance to get the number one overall, and they don't need that help. You know, there's teams that get the number one pick. They definitely need help. You know, typically it helps keep the balance. Granted, you know, teams do tank. It does happen. I mean, this is obvious, and there's supposed to be rules and regulations in place where they don't do an obvious tank. But when your team's that bad, like no team wants to be that bad in the NFL. No player wants to be that bad in the NFL. It keeps it balanced. Look at this year in football. Like it, not every spot's clinched yet in the playoffs. So we got 2 weeks to go. There's a big bounce. This has been the biggest bounce reshift in over 10 years. And I think it's one of the furthest into the season where you don't have all the playoff spots clinched.
Yeah.
It's like 2013 or something like that.
You know what else is not clinched, though? The first overall pick. That's the problem.
We'll have to wait to the end of the year for that.
And unfortunately, they're going to win their way into it. And you know what? I kind of hope happens if they win this game. I hope that they destroy the Chiefs, because they got the Chiefs last week now, and the Chiefs, that'd be a tough matchup normally, but now they got some third string random quarterback in there. You know, unfortunately, Phillip Rivers already came out of retirement on the team. He can't come out.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. It's sad, but I have a feeling we're going to be extremely disappointed on Sunday with all these injuries the Raiders have miraculously came up with. We're going to be extremely disappointed. I have a feeling on Sunday. So, all right, guys, let's pay the bills real quick. We're going to break into our segment here to go over the rest of the games. We already went over the ones that happened on Thursday. Yesterday, we went over the ones that are going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to go over the Sunday and, of course, the Monday Night Football. So let's get right back in.
Sunday.
Thanks for watching. Like the show? Of course you do, or you would have turned it off by now and not be hearing me. There are plenty of ways to support the show. YouTube is the best place to join us, and we offer memberships there with fun benefits like custom emojis and early access to video clips. Of course, there you can also send super chats and stickers to send one-time support payments. The best way to support the show is to buy these drunk idiots beers at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. Along with one-time support payments, there are also monthly plans, so you can continue to help kill their livers each month. You can also show people that you are a goofball by visiting our store at 2giantgoofballs-shop.fourthwall.com. We got everything from shirts, hats, phone cases, funny candles, buttons, stickers, and even a 2 Giant Goofballs towel to dry off your goofballs. Of course, you can always support the show for free by simply hitting the like, subscribe, and share button wherever you are watching or listening to this. Hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It helps the show tremendously, and quite frankly, the goofballs suck at marketing and need your help to get the word out. Thank you for being part of the Goofball Army and for taking the time out to support the show.
All righty, guys. Real quick, before we get into the picks here, Neymar asks, thoughts on Knicks winning against the Cavs? And I got to tell you, man, I have no time for basketball. I'm not even going to front.
Yeah. My grandmother beat me in basketball when I was 12 years old. That's what got me to wrestling, and have a way better shot at that.
I feel like when I talk basketball, I get in my get off my lawn mode, because like I feel like, I know, honestly, like you and I, we were raised in the greatest generation of basketball there ever was, as far as I'm concerned. Like we were raised in the Jordan era, the Shaq era, you know, all these great players, Hakeem Olajuwon. I mean, the original Dream Team. Look at all those amazing players that we got to see play.
Pretty much half the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, but I feel like the players nowadays can't hold the jockstrap to the players of that generation. And again, I get it. Like every generation is different. The generation that plays now is probably much more athletic, you know, because that just happens naturally over time. You see it in football, but they've lost a lot of the fundamentals. All they do is dunk and throw the 3-pointers up. I can't watch it. It's boring to me now.
3-pointers is also a very technical part of the game. So
honestly, bring back the mid-range jump shot. I'm telling you, it'll be much more entertaining a game again than I potentially watch it. I can't watch it when all it is 3-pointers and dunks.
Yeah. I'll disagree with that. But yeah, that's not my sport. If it's come winter, I was always a wrestler, so
yeah,
it just wasn't my sport to watch.
Exactly. My sport in the winter is off-season football.
UFC.
So, all right.
MMA.
Let's get into our games here because we got a lot. As Greg says, Raiders just made obvious tanking moves with Bowers and Crosby out. Yes, we were agreeing. And Chinn. Don't forget Chinn.
Yeah.
Can't forget Chinn. And also, can't forget, that they also have Kolton Miller out as well. I mean, I'm gonna be pissed about this if we win. I'm telling you. Anyway, back to the games. Anyway, week 17 is loaded with games where one injury decision could potentially flip the spread and the whole script here. We're running through each of the games on Sunday slate, the lines, the totals, and what actually decides these matchups when you're trying to pick winners here. So, first game we got coming up for you guys here. Actually, could be a decent matchup depending on what team.
It should be fun.
Yeah. Seahawks at the Panthers. Playing in Charlotte there. Listen, there are obviously some injuries. The big one is going to be Charles Cross, their star tackle. If he's not in the game, obviously it makes a difference. We see as Giant fans all the time what happens when Andrew Thomas is out. Offense turns to poop.
Big old thing about poop.
Solid tackle is legit there. Kolton Miller is going to be, potentially out for them as well. Carolina's got their own set of issues on injuries. Trevin Wallace has got a shoulder injury. Robert Hunt, their guard's got a biceps injury. So there's a lot of guys we don't know who's going to be playing exactly. So, but listen, this is a game that you don't know because the Panthers you don't know. The Panthers have looked really good some weeks and then really bad the others. That being said, I trust the Seahawks more than I trust the Panthers. That alone is enough for me to say Seahawks to win. Now, it is also a 7-point spread. That's a tougher one for me. But I'm still going to say the Seahawks will cover that. 42.5 is the over-under on that. I'm going to sit there and say that it's going to happen. Not by a lot, but it's going to happen. That Seattle offense is just too hard to stop at that point. So I'm going to say Seahawks over.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at after I did my picks. We have a lot of things we agree on, and this is one of those games. Should be a fun game. I think it's going to be more defensive game, like you're saying, than a lot of people are thinking about. But you got right now the Seahawks, which is arguably one of the best teams in the NFL, playing against a team that is new to winning and up and coming. I do think the Panthers have a legit shot of winning the South. But it's going to be difficult after this week. We shall see, because Seahawks win. Seahawks cover that 7 points. I think they win by 9+. And, yeah, give me the over in this game, because this should be a good a good steamrolling game after beating up on the Rams last week.
Yeah, and you know what? I think it's going to be one of those games that's like not a ton over the 42.5. It'll be close, but it's going to be a little bit over. Look for it to barely creep over. So it's gonna if you bet the over, it's probably gonna keep you a little nerve wracked till fourth quarter.
Yeah, because both these teams kind of start off a little slow in first. So
yeah. So
should be a fun game. Up next, no, it's not gonna be a fun game. One of the biggest spreads of the week. The biggest spread of the week is,
if you're a Patriot fan, this could be a very fun game.
Yeah. Playing a drinking game to this every time that May makes a completion, you wasted for halftime. The spread on this game is at 13.5, favorite towards the Pats. My God, with the over-under at 42.5 points, which just tells you they don't think the Jets are going to put up Shizer in this game.
Yeah, and they will.
Yeah, they have all the problems. Jets fans, the tri-state area, we all know Jets have their problems. And yeah, this is. It's like a no-brainer. I'm not going to harp over this game. The Pats are going to beat up on this on the Jets. They need to, because they're trying to fight for the number one AFC spot. Try to keep the Jags out of that spot.
Yep.
And the Broncos. It's a tough race. They need this win more than anything. Jets need a better pick. Pats are, like I said, they're a steamroll.
Maybe the Jets start tanking against the Patriots too.
Yeah. Tanking. We'll use that word.
Ask the Raiders.
Yeah.
Raiders.
Let's ask that. Pats win easily, and it's the under because I don't think the Jets put up much of anything against this team.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Chaos, and poop. Pats under, definitely. We're agreeing. We, like you said, we agree a lot in this week, actually. It's kind of scary. Next up, we got the Steelers at the Browns. By the way, have you ever seen the content creator that runs through the games and he's like, "We're the Cleveland Browns"? You got to look it up. It's hilarious. I have no clue. Just look up "We're the Cleveland Browns" videos. It's hilarious. He's like, punt, and like goes back and forth as the two teams saying what's going to happen, and it's freaking hilarious. He's like, "Do we punt again? I love to punt. We're the Cleveland Browns." You got to look it up. I'm not even doing it justice. I swear. Anyway, you got the Steelers and the Browns going at it. And listen, disappointing season for the Browns. The Steelers have been kind of taking a notch up lately. Already made sure they got their winning season again to keep Tomlin's record going. Steelers are only a 3-point favorite, which is just insane to me.
It's just that division, how well they play each other. It's respect to the division. That's what it is.
And the over-under, 34.5. That's how low it is. That's insanity. Listen, I'm going to say that the Steelers win. The Steelers cover the 3 points because that's nothing. 3 points is nothing. I don't like that to change them too much. I'm going to say the over on the 34.5 because that just seems ridiculously low in this whole thing. But I get it. I get why it's you're saying it. The Browns have not looked good since they came back to the NFL, basically. So, it is what it is. I get it. It's just that's a really, really low score. And it's not even necessarily going to be the Browns doing it. It could very well be the Steelers getting that many points. I could easily see the Steelers getting like 27 points and giving up 10. And that's enough to do it right there.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is a Steelers game all day long. You're going to have Steelers fans all over this field. And, it's upsetting for Ohio to host a Pittsburgh game, but that's going to be the case. That's a division that plays each other that's so close together. The winning team always travels to their conference games.
Yep.
And you're going to see a lot of black and yellow out there. Steelers make it. I do think, I'm being a little ballsy here, just because their past history of how they play each other, they do play each other below 30 the last 3 out of the 5 times they met, or close to that 30 mark. So I'm going to go ahead and take the under because this, to me, is one of those games. It's going to be cold. It's going to be frigid. The ball's going to get thrown. It's not going to be thrown great. They're going to run that rock a lot, and there's going to be a lot of field goals in this game. So if you got fantasy football going on, DraftKings, go ahead and take one of the kickers from these either one of these teams because they should be going back and forth. And it's, to me, I think it's going to be like a 15-12 game.
We'll see.
Not too excited on the offense, but the defense, a lot of stops.
You love a defensive game. That's the game for you.
Yeah. Well, let's go back to some blowouts here. The Colts, who were the number 1 seed in the AFC for a while until some injuries and meeting some tough opponents, and then meet another tough opponent, the Jaguars, who have been playing sneakily very good football this third of the season of football. They came in hot, they fizzled out fast, and they got their mojo right back. Once they got healthy, man, the Jags are favored in this game by 6.5 points with the over at 48.5. And what can you say with this game? The Colts have been beat up just nonstop. Secondary, DJ's out. We know that story.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, JT's healthy, but it's going to be tough. You got old man Philip Rivers going back there. It's this Jaguars defense, which has been fantastic. Like, they just win turnover margins nonstop, and they just get pressure after that quarterback. Give me the Jaguars in this game. 6.5 points. If you're laying 9.5 points, I probably would still take the Jaguars in this game and give me the under. Because as much fun as I think this game is going to be, I think Philip Rivers, just like he's been in the past couple weeks, is going to look good, not great. He's not getting much done. And I think more of the defense is going to show up. And I think Jaguars get ahead fast and they run the ball a lot.
Yeah, this is, I think, going to be a beat 'em up game, and I feel bad for Philip Rivers because the guy has come back and played well since he came back to be a plus size model for the NFL. So he's stretching out those shoulder pads and rib pads of that place for sure. Goddamn. But listen, I give the guy a lot of credit. He's come off the couch at 44 years old. He plays decent quarterback, and he's definitely doesn't have the arm he used to have, but he's still a solid veteran mind out there, reading defenses, making adjustments at the line. He still has it. In fact, hell, if he wanted to be a backup for somebody next year, he probably could take the role, or even a guy who is a mentor for somebody who drafts a quarterback. I don't think he wants. I think this is like a couple games to extend the 5 years of health insurance for the kids, and that's it. But
I was about to say, you got 13 kids and like 30 grandkids, like he's got to have that health insurance.
He could be like the next TLC show with all the kids and all.
Yeah.
Like it definitely could be there, but
inside Mormon history.
I am with you though. It's gonna be definitely Jaguars and under. I think it's gonna be a blowout. And it's a shame. I want to see him win a game, Rivers. I would love to see him win a game. I think he deserves it because he's been playing really well considering what I expected of him. I expect him to make a complete ass of himself.
He's had a very, very good career without any recognition of, besides like Pro Bowls.
He hasn't won the big game, and that's the problems you run into. And beyond even Super Bowls, it just name me your signature winning moment for Philip Rivers' career. Yeah,
that's about it.
Yeah, and that's the problem, and that's why is he a Hall of Fame? Yes, I think he's a Hall of Famer. Is he the guy that you get there as like your top 10 quarterbacks of all time now? Because of that,
yeah,
and that's the problem with him. But like I said, I think he deserves to win one more game as an NFL quarterback for everything he's done. I appreciate him coming back. I mean, he may look like the Michelin man out there throwing the quarterback now, but it's like it's still impressive to come back and do that at that age. That's for damn sure. So, all right, let's get the next one here. So we got the battle for two teams that no one cares about anymore: the Cardinals at the Bengals, and it's crazy. 7.5 point favorite the Bengals are. I that's a much bigger spread than I would have expected. 52.5 is the over under, and I get it. The Bengals defense sucks, but do you think
better than a lot of people?
Teams not going through the motions for the most part? Like, let's be honest here. They don't have much to play for except for next season's contract potentially for some of these guys. But the guys who are the star players, they don't really have anything to play for. So I'm going to say the Bengals win. I'm going to say the Cardinals beat the 7.5 point spread because that's way too much for my blood. Bengals probably win by a field goal or two, but they're not going to win by 7.5 points. And I'm going to go the under on the points. I thought 52.5 is ridiculously high. Again, I get it. The Bengals defense sucks. But you know what else sucks? The Cardinals offense.
Yeah.
Jacoby Holtmeyer Brisket is not that good. Like
he's been serviceable, and he's looked better than the starting quarterback this season, and that's not due to injury. It's just due to he's not playing Xbox and Call of Duty.
Kyler Murray will be a Jet next year.
Yeah, probably.
Now he's going to be a Jet next year, but we'll see.
It's a very Jet move.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's there. It's there. So,
or a Raider. Stay out west.
Depends. They might get the number 1 overall pick because of tanking bastards.
Could be. But yeah, I agree. The Bengals offense is way better both these defenses are better than a lot of people thought because a lot of people want to talk about both offenses all year. And halfway through the season, both teams fizzle out pretty handily. I do think the Cardinals will keep the Bengals in line just a little bit to keep it under and not have to initiate a mercy rule from the NFL. But not enough for them to actually like stay in this game too much. Give me the Cardinals to cover this game, but in the under. Yeah, it's
I'm with you.
not going to be so much of a fun game, but if you have, DraftKings or FanDuel, whatever, maybe this is when you look at T. Higgins or you look at Jamar Chase just to get some, or even Mason, just a cheap play. All right, up next, you got the Battle of Florida. It's the South versus North. You got the Buccaneers going into Miami.
Central. It's the Central. That's Central Florida.
Miami?
No, Tampa.
What's considered North Florida? Because that's pretty
Jacksonville
close.
is the North Florida team.
That's also East Florida, no?
Well, yes, North and East. Like we're North. Like you're Northeast.
You're North and West.
I'm Central West.
But
But if you went vertically just north south, that's Central. Jacksonville's North.
Well, the lines are the three, but it's still north-ish of Florida. I would say Atlanta's Central.
Yes, Orlando is Central. Whereas Orlando is actually north of Tampa.
Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know. Yeah,
Let's
like I
give
live
you a
there.
lesson real quick. We're going to change this podcast to Florida geography.
Yeah, no one wants to listen to that. Anyway, it's north of Miami. You don't have to deal with that many alligators or pythons for that matter.
Excuse me. There's alligators everywhere here. We'd be the
I
first.
said not as many.
Yeah, there's more alligators in Miami.
So exactly what I said. You don't have to deal as many.
No, I'm saying we have more alligators in Tampa Bay than Miami. I guarantee.
So
you.
back to Florida geography.
You're going into the Everglades if you want the alligators that are more plentiful. Nobody lives there.
No, I'm saying you have to deal with the pythons either.
No, that no, but no one in Miami does either. They have falling iguanas. That's what they deal with.
Yeah,
because
frozen iguanas.
The iguanas literally fall out of the trees.
Yep, frozen iguanas.
Chicken.
Apparently, it hurts a lot when you get close with them. Anyway, Dolphins are +6 in this game with an over at 45.5 points. Yeah, this game is means a lot more for the Buccaneers when it comes to the playoffs, but it also means, I guess, possibly a lot for Mike McDaniels and keeping his head coach job. So maybe he wants to play tough here.
I think he's staying. He's already won his job.
I think so, but so this is like the nail in the coffin here. But Miami's offensive line is compromised. They're a little beat up there. Tampa's defense is kind of like us as recently, and you also have Baker. Is he fully healthy? Like, he has not played that great. Buccaneers start half the season blowing out teams, looking like the best team in the NFC, and just fell off and has not played good football in the past 5-6 weeks.
Injuries, and more injuries.
Well, that's the thing. You started off without Godwin, no? And you got him back, and he still hasn't played 100% because I don't think he's 100% healthy.
Yeah.
We're getting him back. I want to take the Buccaneers to win this game. They are the better team. They have more right on the line because it's their season on the line. Do they advance to the playoffs? This is something that they've been looking for. But they're also going to Miami. They're playing the Dolphins. Dolphins have, in the past 7 weeks, lost 2 times? They've played some good teams, maybe 3. They've played a lot better football. Give me them in the spread. And then go ahead and give me the under in this game. I think you're going to see a little more defense than a lot of people think in this game because Miami's defense has kept them in games. If you watch, kept them in the games closer than a lot of people would have thought a year or 2 ago. And since I don't have faith in the health of the Buccaneers offense, Miami's defense will look that much better. Meanwhile, the Buccaneers defense will make some quick work of that compromised Dolphins offensive line, and probably Ewer that starts. Ewer?
Yeah, Quinn Ewers to start.
Yeah. So it should be a fun game. Bucks win. Dolphins cover in the under.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. Bucks have lost 6 of the last 7 games. Think about it. They're 7-8, and they've lost 6 out of the last 7. Math is not difficult to tell you they started 6-2. Like this is someone loses their job kind of collapse.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if Todd Bowles is the guy who lost it, but you know what's even worse is when you see your former offensive coordinator go to Jacksonville of all places and have that team 11-4.
Yeah.
It's not like they made major changes in Jacksonville. Like Travis Hunter wasn't that much the difference maker. Like it's a really, really crazy situation. And unfortunately, Todd Bowles is going to have to deal with that because that's part of the equation. Now, when you look at how everything's worked out for them there. But yeah, I'm with you 100%. I think Bucks win. I think the Dolphins do cover the spread because not they're that good. It's just the Bucks are not good right now either. So, yeah, Bucks win. Dolphins cover the 6-point spread, and I'm going to go over on the points. The one difference you and I have there, I think there'll be just enough points to squeak out the over.
Yeah, we shall see.
We shall. Next up, we have the battle you guys have been waiting for all year long. Wow.
The past 5 years.
Literally a matchup of the Titans versus the Saints. Who would have thought that the Saints going into Tennessee would be an amazing matchup here? But if you think about it, like this does have implications similar to our game here. So you got the Titans are now 3-12 after winning last week. You got the Saints are now 5-10, so they're going to be out of it. But if the Titans somehow win, there's no way in hell that they even have a shot of being like a top 3 pick like that. And let's be honest, they're kind of the same boat we are. They already got a quarterback. They're not going to draft another quarterback. So it doesn't matter as much for them. So they have a little more pride than a team like the Raiders, for example, that tanks like little wimps. So listen, I'm going to throw it out there. The Titans win. They've been playing a little better as of late. They, are starting to kind of get some things together there. And again, they don't care about the fact that they're going to hurt their draft position. They got the quarterback. They don't care. Who doesn't have the quarterback? The Saints. If I think either of these two teams is going to be losing, it's going to be the Saints because they don't care. So Titans to win. Titans obviously cover the spread because they're getting 2.5 points in this whole thing and the under in the points. But I will tell you this, 39.5 points over under, and I'm picking under. But I don't trust my other picks on this. I would not bet a penny on this game. This is a go to El Paso. Don't put a single penny on this thing no matter what. Because when you put two really bad teams together and you do a really low scoring game, one play is going to decide this game. And it could go either side.
And that's how a lot of both these teams have won and lost. And yeah, this is the game that could be exciting to watch just because it's two bad teams that don't give a shit. Pretty much how you put it. I'm agreeing with you with the under. I agree that the Titans, they're finding their pace, but the Saints have also started to find their rhythm.
Yep.
Shuck has come out, and I think he's won himself the opportunity. They're not going to get the number 1 draft. He won himself the opportunity to be the starting quarterback next year. So
they won 3 in a row. I get why you potentially say that, but
even before that, they're 4-2 in the past 12 weeks, something like that. Like they've been playing good football since he's taken center of that rock. So he's getting better every week, and I don't think they care either. I think they're trying to figure out where they are in their identity. this year and who has to go, who has to stay as they rebuild this team and who they need around Chuck to play. So give me the Saints to win this game. But I also don't want to be anywhere near this game. And I think the Titans cover because I think it's going to be a single point difference of a game. And I'm taking the under in this game because I literally think it's going to be one of those games that turns out to be a missed field goal or extra point and a field goal to win the game where it's going to be like a 13-14 game. It's going to be a low scoring, terrible game. A 13-16 game. It's going to be a little crazy there.
That's why I'm looking it up. They are 4-2 the last 6 weeks.
Boom. Pull that out like Rayman.
So, yeah, I said it's impressive after starting how bad they started. That's for sure. Makes us feel a little worse about losing to them. But
yeah.
It is what it is. Like I said, there's sometimes that, the Titans, I don't know. I got this vibe, and I shouldn't have it. To be honest, on paper, the Saints are the better team because they've, like I said, won 4 of the last 6. But I got this vibe that it's going to be the Titans' week.
Titans have been playing way better football in the past month as well.
Yeah,
they've had a tougher matchup, and on paper, last week blew out the Chiefs. I mean, obviously, the Chiefs were rocking out.
Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans. Either way, Titans are. It should be a gritty game by less talented teams in the NFL. So it still should be fun football to watch.
Yep.
But up next, you got the first 4:00 game. The only 4 or 5 game, if you will. You got the Giants versus the Raiders. Our game. So let's keep this nice and quick because we already talked about it. The Raiders are plus 1.5 points this game with the over-under at 41.5 points. I got to take the Giants to win. Giants cover and give me the over. I think it's going to be a little sloppy football, and it's just a bonehead move that we're going to win.
Listen, I'm so pissed off the way this game's going. It's not even funny. Giants to win. You're right, 100%. Giants to cover because they're only being given. They'll be the one taking away points, but it's 1.5. I mean, 1.5 is nothing. And I'm going to go with the over as well. But I'm still so pissed off right now on how the Raiders are doing this. It's not even funny. Absolutely freaking ridiculous.
Yeah.
If we win this game, I'm going to be pissed off for a while on this. Fair warning.
Yeah. I'm okay taking a goose egg in this game when it comes to our stats. Because 1, we also picked the same. And 2, because I still want that draft.
Damn straight. And you know what? We would have earned that draft pick as well by losing to them. But nope, take all their best players out. Schmucks. Anyway, 425 now. An actual good game, because let's be honest, our game's going to suck. You're going to watch 2 teams that nobody wants to win. Go to the 425 game. You got the Eagles at the Bills. That should be a good matchup there. And listen, both teams still care. Eagles may have the division now, but they still care as far as seeding overall. The Bills don't even have the division right now. So Bills are a 1.5 point favorite. And the over-under is 43.5. Listen, the Bills are the home team. That alone makes me bet on them because it's going to be a close game. But I really think that the Bills are the better team right now. The Eagles. I think the Eagles are still not the Eagles of the last couple of years. They still don't seem to have their stuff together. Quite frankly, the rest of the division sucks right now, including us, and that's helped them big time. I think this is the year they get in the playoffs and they just fall flat on their ass in the first round even.
It depends where they get seated. Yeah.
It does, but I'm just saying they're not as good as they've been in years past. So, I'm going to say the Bills win. Bills cover the 1.5 point spread. I'm going to say the over at the 43.5, and I think it's going to be mostly on the Bills. I think the Bills are going to absolutely blow them out, and that's not even me talking as a Giants fan. It's my honest opinion.
Yeah, no, I'm in agreement with most of this here. I do think the Bills win. The Bills cover because the 1.5 just means that they're throwing some respect to the Eagles coming in there. I think it's going to be in the under. I think the defense is going to show up in this game. The way the Eagles have been playing football for much of the past 7 weeks has been under football. I think probably in the past 10 weeks, they've got the under 7 times. The Bills have not been super high scoring with these lower spreads. Give me the under this game. I think defense shows up. They play some run football because once again the weather. And we're supposed to get storms in Buffalo's way north of New Jersey.
Yep.
And I think that's going to matter when it comes to scoring. So you're going to see the ball thrown less, which is, I guess, good for Hurts. This way he doesn't have to look as bad. But Barkley hasn't been playing that well. Barkley hasn't been playing well. So it's going to be on Jalen to run the ball. And if right now, if you want to give me the run duo of Hurts and Barkley, who, like I said, it's not 100% healthy. He has not ran that well in the past 2 months. Or the run of Cooks and Josh Allen, I'm going to take the Bills. Yeah. I think the Bills' defense is a little better. So Bills win, Bills cover, and the under. I would love to see some snow in that game. It's mice, if you will. All right. Sunday night football. Sunday night. Love it. This game was a hard one to pick. Not just because I was wondering about where I want to sleep, but you got the Bills going into San Francisco. And San Fran is favored by 3 points, which is just pretty much a respect to the Bears. Just saying that it's probably going to be equal. Usually it's 3-point favorites to the home team. But the over-under at 52.5 points. Woof. Yeah. This should be a great game. This is a game I don't know how I want to bet on it whatsoever. Both these teams are 11-4 on the year. And yeah, both these teams' defenses like to get turnovers. And it's hard. It's which team's going to be, I guess, are the Niners going to be healthy enough to stop Cleveland in its tracks, or is the Bears defense going to be able to get that many turnovers just on Purdy? It's going to be a hell of a game, and I wouldn't bet anything on this game. The only thing I would bet it on is the under. I just think defenses are going to show up. It's going to be a fun game, but I'm taking the Niners to win the game, but the Bears to squeak out and cover the game.
Listen, I have no problem betting on this game whatsoever. I actually feel very confident in this game. I think this is going to be a coming out party for the Bears because they have not. And listen, we've done it ourselves here at the show to a certain degree. They have not gotten the respect for the season they've had. Listen,
I've given it to them.
Props to the Niners. We've given a lot of props to the Niners. They've had a lot of injuries. They've gone through everything. They've gotten everything rolling. The Bears started off 0-2. Whole new system is in place, new coaching staff, a lot of changes to the offensive line. We start off 0-2. Since then, they've gone 11-2. That's a damn good record.
100%.
And they haven't had that signature window that's kind of made people like, oh, okay, yep, this team's legit now.
They just beat Green Bay.
Yeah, but the Browns. The Browns did. We talked about that before.
Yeah, but that's like a look-over game. That's a hangover game. I think they just beat the Bears. The Bears just beat them in Lambeau, which is something that hasn't been done in over a decade. That's if you're part of the NFC North, that's a comeback game for the Bears.
I just feel like this is that game that they're going to make a statement win. It's a primetime game. They're playing against the Niners, a very good team, obviously, well-respected team. And I just think they are playing lights out. And again, I'm still not sold on Caleb Williams. I'm still not changing my opinion on him. But this team is just finding a way and getting it done. And that's what good teams do. Good teams find a way to win. So I'm going to go with they're going to win. The Bears win. Again, 3.5-point underdogs. There goes the spread pick, obviously, right to the Bears. 52.5, I do think it's ridiculously high on the over under. I'm going to definitely go with the under on that one. I'm with you on that. So we agree on 2 out of 3.
Yeah,
And
it's not too bad.
You kinda don't be sad because 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah, I just have to say though, you talk about how great the Bears have played in the past 15 weeks, but look at the Niners. Look at all the injuries they went through. Look how great of coaching they have, and they're going. The Bears are coming in San Francisco. Like, there's a little bit of respect you got to give there. Like,
Kyle Shanahan should be the coach of the year, point blank.
Yeah,
and if he's not, then it's about as rigged as the Raiders Giants game. Last game here, we got the Rams at the Falcons, and that's all I can say on that game, because it's kind of sad to have a really great Sunday Night Football matchup and then go to Poop Town here with this matchup. Let's be honest, the Rams are clearly the better team. There's not even a close, gap in them at all. It's a wide gap. 7.5 points is the spread. I think the Rams will win by at least 10 points. I think it's gonna be that kind of blowout. So I got Rams, and 49.5 the over under. I'm going over. So Ram over.
Saying Ramrod. Yeah. Especially after a crushing loss the Rams had to face against this Seattle. They need someone to get right. Falcons defense has been pretty consistent, although they've given up a lot of points. I should look at the Panthers, but in hindsight, like right now, they're the division winners as it sits today. And they've been playing better.
Yep.
The past 4 to 6 weeks. But the Rams defense is probably one of the better defenses in the league.
Yeah. Sure. Gets a lot of credit for rebuilding that whole defense.
Yeah, I don't know if they break the top 5, because there's been some solid contenders for top 5, but they're right there in the cusp, I would say. And yeah, I think they're just going to smoke that beat up, horrendous looking, wishy-washy Atlanta Falcons offense, and it's just going to be a blowout for Monday Night Football.
So, you know me, I judge defenses and offenses based on a very simple thing: points. All I care about. I don't give a damn about yards, third down conversion, all that crap. Points.
Yeah.
The Rams are number 6 at 19.9 points per game they're giving up, and that's it.
So right there, the cost of 5, like I just said.
Yeah. I'm just saying, just so everybody knows why I'm agreeing with you, because you could look at them, and some people look at yards, and they're averaging yards. They're giving up 327 yards a game, which is 26. Is 16th in the league, which is square in the middle. Points is all that matters. I don't give a damn how many yards you give up. All I care about is how many points you give up. They play smart football.
Break. Yeah, bend but don't break works if that's actually your philosophy. If you just bend and break, yeah, that's key. Don't break. But if you just keep on bending and just breaking, it typically doesn't work.
I think the Giants have proven the bend but do break technique does not work.
Correct.
All righty, guys. That's gonna call it a night for us here. We'll be back on Sunday. I'll be live to the whole play-by-play of the toilet bowl game coming up here. And of course, Rob and me will both be on for the post-game coverage afterwards as well. If you haven't already, do me a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that share button, tell a friend about the show. Quite frankly, we suck at marketing without y'all. Yeah, we basically we know her. So appreciate y'all and all your support. It's a shame Jay's not here. We thanked him and he's not even here.
Right.
He probably forgot we're on Friday. We're not usually on Friday, so we'll have to thank him again Sunday. So listen, I appreciate you guys for watching, supporting. As always, we are live on YouTube, the preferred platform, along with, of course, Facebook, Twitter /X, Twitch, and of course, Rob's favorite,
my
LinkedIn profile. And of course, as always, we're available the next day on all the audio podcast platforms: Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, all the big ones there. So if you haven't already, do me a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that share button, tell a friend about the show. And as always, Giant fans, Go G-Man! Go G-Man! Go G-Man! Go G-Man! Let the Raiders win.
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you.